Welcome, oh, welcome to a show. There's so much I don't know. There's no one I'd rather talk it all out with than you. Hi, and welcome to the TV Guide to Adulting. As millennials, we find it hard to navigate where we should be or where our career should be right now. It's only made harder when we're constantly comparing ourselves to our friends and family. So, we wanted to share our thoughts on adulting with you. We'll be bringing you advice, speaking to professionals, and rounding it all off with witty banter. So, stay tuned.
Hey guys, welcome back to the TV Guide to Adulting, and Tiff and I are back with another episode, this time about a topic that is very relevant to what Tiff has gone through.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about catcalling today and gender norms.
Yeah.
So, Vincent was just brought up the idea of, like, are we kind of deviating from talking about adulting? But I feel like this is a safe space that we can actually talk about it, because when you're actually an adult, we can have these kind of conversations.
Yeah, for sure.
The reason why I want to talk about this is because recently I got catcalled, and it was a little bit more aggressive this time. So I was crossing the street, and I actually felt somebody... I wear a really big scarf, like, to keep my face warm. And I felt somebody tug at the back of my scarf, and it was really scary, because I'm like, what the fuck? So I turned around, and, like, I kind of looked at this guy. I'm like trying to figure out if I met him before. And he, like, kind of looked at me like he knew me, but he definitely did not. Because then he proceeded to blow me a sexual kiss.
What is a sexual kiss?
Like,
oh, that's gross.
yeah, I just did it for Vincent, and I felt gross. I actually felt so disgusted, and then the light changed, so I just decided I was going to run across the street and cross the street. And he started yelling at me. But it was kind of like, it wasn't like, fuck you. It was like, yeah, girl, like that kind of yelling. Look, I couldn't even hear what he was saying, but I'm pretty sure he was saying something like...
That sounds kind of gross.
I actually felt disgusting, like all the way down to my core, and I went home and I had to wash my scarf. But in what world is that normal, to touch people like that?
It's really not normal anywhere, to be honest.
Okay, and also, first of all, he's behind me. He doesn't even know what I look like. So, like, the fact that happened means that for him, this catcalling action is just like a, you go to a bar and you see if you, like, hit or miss. Mm-hmm. Right? And something I really also want to talk about catcalling is a lot of people that I know, like, when I've gone through these kind of scary experiences with catcalling, when you tell them, they just go, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. It happens all the time. But that's
not something you should be fine with.
Like, yeah, like, that's not the point, right? The point isn't that it happens every day, so it's fine. The fact is that it should not happen. Like, somebody else that, like, because I put on my Instagram story, like, that it happened to me, and one of my friends said that, like, that's not even catcalling, like, that is assault.
Isn't that, like, yeah.
Because they came and they, like, physically touched you, right? And, like, another friend asked me, did you, like, report it? I'm like, well, it happened so fast, and the guy was gone, I don't know who he is, right? Like, even... like, I don't really remember anything about him. But, like, it's actually, like, pretty awful, because I feel like a lot of my guy friends are kind of more like, oh, it's like, it happens all the time. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, and I, like, don't understand. So I guess, like, I would like you to provide, like, a male perspective. Like, why do guys think, like, it's flattering?
I don't think most of my guy friends think it's flattering to do that at all, to be honest with you.
But I just feel like that is, like, a reason that comes up a lot is, like, oh, you should be flattered because, like, they're telling you that you're, like, you're beautiful or whatever. But, like, no one asked you. Who the fuck are you?
It's kind of tough from my perspective because
you don't do it?
Well, yeah, I don't do it, but it's just so hard to imagine just even saying that to anybody, not even just a person of the opposite gender.
That's not the first time that somebody's blown a kiss to me either.
Really?
Like, yeah, I was like, maybe a teenager. I think I was in grade 11. I looked like a baby. I just came from, like, a doctor's office. And I was waiting at the street, like, at the bus stop.
Uh-huh.
And you know those, like, kind of delivery trucks, like, more mail delivery? And, like, they don't have a door? So that the guy can, like, hop in and off?
Mm-hmm. Like UPS trucks.
Yeah, he stopped at the red light where my bus was. And he turned around and he blew me a kiss. And he just kept... Actually, no, it wasn't blew me. He just kept going... And I looked up at him and was like, what the fuck is that sound coming? And he goes...
And then what did you say? I'm 16!
I know, I didn't say... I was really scared. I was on the phone with my dad.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, Dad, do not hang up. I'm really scared. And fact that like he didn't even have a door, I was like really scared he was gonna like come out and like grab me. Like I was actually
Really?
really terrified. Like that's scary, right? And then like I was like, holy fuck, this guy's like old enough to be my dad. Yeah, it is. It's really scary. And the first time that happened, I still remember one of my friends telling him, and he's like, "That happens all the time, Tiffany. Don't worry about it." And like, I just like it makes me so angry because why is this what us as a world has adopted to? But then it's also like really scary because as a woman, if you like speak out about this, you can get harassed about this too.
Yeah.
There was a female sports reporter on YouTube, and they did like an experiment where they had a bunch of men read these mean tweets that people were tweeting to her face, and the men started crying
Really?
because they were like reading it to her, and it was like you're fucking ugly, like you're overweight, I would rape you, like we're all gonna come and like rape you and find you. And the men started crying, and then they're like, I'm so sorry, like it's so hard to say it to your face. And that's the point, that like we can all hide behind this internet trolling because this is like the landscape that we're in, but to say that to somebody's face is hard. And it's also like, and if you can, you're a fucking like piece of shit. I'm sorry. Like if you can like say like I'm gonna come and like hunt you down and rape you just because she's a sports reporter is like not okay. That doesn't, what does her gender have anything to do with her sports knowledge?
Yeah.
Right? And like that's kind of like tying into like what
similar
you're saying
to
about
how-
like gender roles.
Yeah, it's similar to how like if you go into like a suit shop, you don't see any women working there.
Did you know that actually apparently I met somebody who she did wholesale, and she actually said that she for a while worked as a sales associate at a suit shop just to intern for her friend, like just get some more experience. He like couldn't pay her, and he said, I'm letting you know now that women don't survive in this kind of field because men don't want to buy suits from women. Did you know that?
You told me about this
But
story.
why?
No idea.
You know why? It's because people like. Can I drop names? Or are you gonna get mad? Maybe
No,
I can
we're not
bleep it out.
No, we're not dropping names.
Can I bleep it out?
No.
Okay. Well, is he still your friend? Is that why we can't drop his name?
No, I haven't. Okay, here's the thing. I don't talk about other people. I
Okay,
don't make
well,
it my business to.
Somebody that we know who's an asshole made a point to say that like women should not. What did he say? He said like he doesn't think women should ever shop for a man because they don't know anything. But why? Why is that? Like, why do we like let women think that like that they can't do that? Like, I don't understand because I'll help you pick out your clothes.
Yeah.
So why do guys think that like guys know guy is better?
Like here's the thing. Here's the thing that I'm gonna say. A woman is gonna pick out the clothes that will make them more attracted to the man. I think.
That's not why we pick out
No,
clothes.
that's not why. But like, if you think about it in that mentality, I would trust a woman's opinion better. I don't know. Actually, no.
You're digging yourself into a hole there.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me phrase this right.
Because I can destroy this whole point in two seconds.
Wait, hold on. So it's like if I'm asking a guy for advice, it's kind of like what classifies. I don't know. Fuck. I'm not good with fashion.
Okay, you know why I think that whole point of like women not be able to shop for men is like I blow that out of the water.
Why?
There are only 3 body shape types for a man, and there's like 6 for a woman,
Okay.
and it can be a combination of the 6. So what does that really mean? It means that y'all are so fucking easy to dress. Okay, women have curves. Men, you don't. You're either a square, so you're either rectangle, round, or you're a triangle. Or upside down triangle, so I guess 4. It's like, that's it. Those are your body shapes. Dumb. So dumb.
I feel like this is turning into more of like why men are dumb instead of.
I'm sorry, I don't think men are dumb because okay, somebody asked me about like you know people who say like feminism is about like hating men. It's not like that. We need men to be our allies in these things. Alright, can I read this? So Vincent just showed me a post that says there's a guy holding up a sign that says my genitals do not define my gender. And somebody said, my IQ does not define my intelligence. My physique doesn't define my fitness. My semen doesn't define my child. Go on, make some more stupid cases. That's not nice. That's really mean. That's not funny.
No, but it's honestly, it's when people do this that I'm just...
That's not nice.
Okay, no, but gender is defined by your genitals. You realize that, right?
No, your sex is defined by your genitals. Your gender is not.
Really?
Yeah, so that person's just being a dick. Because you can be born a female, and that's your legal sex. But if you're transgender and you identify your gender as a male, right? So that's the difference. So that guy's just being a dick.
Oh.
I learn things. Anyway, can we go back, please? Can you pay attention?
Yeah.
Put down your phone. But yeah, like, I just don't understand why we think it's normal to, like, that catcalling is normal. Or like, why did that guy think it was okay to grab me? Or, like, a part of my clothing?
Here's the thing. I don't think anybody thinks it's normal.
Then why do they do it?
Well, I wouldn't know, would I?
Well, I'm asking you for
Like,
your
here's the
opinion.
thing. You can't make the assumption that, oh, everybody, like, oh, why is this so normal? It's not normal. That's why it doesn't happen to, like...
No, but why have we normalized it?
It's not normal. It's frowned upon. What do you mean we normalized it?
You can't say it's not normalized, because it still happens.
It happens, but it's far from a normal occasion. Like, what do you... Like, oh, yeah, like, gun violence. Oh, yeah, like, people shoot every day. People shoot people every day. There was a mass shooting in, like, California.
But there are people that think that way. Like, that's what I'm telling you. Like, just because you and I know it's not normal, it's
they
not
are
a
a
good thing.
subset of a very small group of people that think it's okay. You can't say it's normalized. That's way too
You
exaggerated.
don't think it's normalized?
No! I think a vast majority of people... I think a vast majority of people would think that it is not normal at all and disrespectful.
I feel like you live in a bubble.
What?
I feel like you live in a bubble.
I live in a bubble?
Yeah. You know I cannot talk about these things to a lot of people because they tell me it's normal.
It's normal?
Yeah.
No way.
It is. It is something... It's not something that, like, we say... It, like, you and I know it's a bad thing. That's why we're like, that's not normal. But there are other people who are like, yeah, that's a bad thing. But it happens all the time, so what are we gonna do about it? Shrug.
I don't know.
It's like the same... Well, you know, like, in high schools, like, girls get sent home for wearing, like... Not following dress code.
Oh, yeah, I've
because it'll be
seen a bunch of news
distracting
for
men.
that,
But
yeah.
it's like, okay, so the kids can't learn, so send the girls home so they can't learn.
It doesn't make any sense. It's like, oh yeah, like, because you're wearing, like, a low top or, like, a skirt, you're affecting the male's productivity, so you're gonna go home.
Like, if a guy came in with a muscle tee and, like, shorts that showed off his calves, are you gonna send him home? No.
Nope.
Sir, your calves are distracting me. That's so fucking bullshit. Like, you know, oh, it was really funny. There's, like, one YouTube video where she's a reporter, and she was, like, talking about the story. So what they did was they invited two male teenage seniors to come take a calculus test, and they're like, we have two versions. Okay, so we're gonna write it together with this reporter. So the first one, she keeps her sweater on, and then the second one, she purposely takes off her sweater and shows them her collarbone. She's kind of like, you know, kind of shimmying a little bit, like takes off her cardigan, and the boys are just focused on their math. So then afterwards, she asked them, like, did you notice a difference with them? And she's like, oh, I think, like, the second was a little bit easier than the first one. She's like, anything else? Did you notice I took off my sweater? Oh, yeah, I totally forgot you were wearing a sweater. So my collarbones did distract you? And they're like, no, why would your collarbones distract me? This is the point. One of the reasons why this is I'm saying that this is normalized in the Western society is because grown-ups tell us that this is normal, and then you kind of grow up with it, and it's true because will have more liberal teachers who are like, wear whatever you want, but there are still people who are really backwards in that way, that they're like, you're wearing a spaghetti strap. It's like, dude, it's like 40 degrees outside. Am I supposed to wear a sweater indoors? And that's like, it's really scary. It's like, it's scary to be a girl. Like, remember how I kept telling you to check your priv the other day? So Vincent will go out and like take a run in the middle of the night. Like, you can do that.
Yeah.
As a woman, I'm too scared to do that.
For sure.
I actually thought a guy was following me off the bus one time. Like, I was that scared. I had to call my dad and he had to come out and like make sure I was fine. I did have a guy who almost followed me off the bus, remember? The subway.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
That was really scary. But like, that's what I mean. And it's like, no matter, I kept telling that guy, no, I don't want your number. And he kept insisting. He wanted to like wait till I stopped and like follow me up.
And like nobody stepped in to help you either.
No. So, okay, as a male, how do you feel like you would be able to like be an ally to women if this is like happening? If you saw it happening, what would you do?
If I saw it happening, I'd probably approach the guy and be like, she's uncomfortable.
Okay, what if he tries to fight you?
If he tries to fight me, so long as I have witnesses, I'm okay. Like,
What if he stabs you? I don't want you to die. I'd like
no,
to marry
but
you one day.
so long as I have witnesses, it's okay. Because then he suffers the repercussion of one being a dick, but like also breaking the law.
What I usually do, I'm personally too afraid to speak up. Because I'm scared of what that guy's gonna do to me. So normally
Oh,
I just I stand really close to the girl and we just get like we inch up together.
Oh, you know what though? Like something that does frighten me is when I know somebody is like, when I know somebody's drunk and they're doing shit, I don't approach them.
Oh no, that guy was totally drunk. The guy who
Like
was
when a
hitting on
person
me.
is drunk, I don't know what the hell they're gonna do. Like the only
Dude, I've been grabbed on in a club waiting for a bathroom. Okay?
that's like when men are like there was a subway encounter I had with this like super drunk dude, and he kept on like
Was he hitting
talking
you?
to me about this random like theory. He was getting all up in my personal like air,
Gross.
and so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna
Do you smell?
yes, but he also smelled heavily of alcohol.
Gross.
So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna try to irritate him because I know people's judgment fails when they're drunk.
When people are drunk, they're super scared.
Yeah, so you gotta prioritize your own safety. Like, as much as I hate that this happens, like if it's happening and you feel like you're in danger, if you, like, say you try to fight them off, and like you feel like you'd be in danger if you did fight them off, like prioritize your safety, dude.
There was a man who yelled at a Filipino grandma because she almost missed the subway. So she kind of like, I guess she shoved him by accident. And then he came and yelled at her. And she cried. And a bunch of women had to like stand around her to make sure she was okay. And then this girl sitting next to me decided she was going to like, actually she was kind of, I don't think she had very valid points. But anyway, she started yelling at him.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then he was like, I bet you're a fucking feminist. She's like, feminist? I hate that word. I'm not a feminist. I hate feminists. I'm sitting next to her and I was going to be like, I'm a feminist. But I was really fucking scared. And they were like, literally, he was like trying to get into her face. So a really large, tall guy, like kind of went, hey man, it's okay. You know, like leave her alone kind of thing. It was way bigger than this other guy. But he was a gentle soul. And he stood up for her. And like when that guy, when she, like he finally like walked this guy really far down the subway, and then he just told this girl like, just be careful when you like get off, just make sure he's not following you kind of a thing. And this girl's like, I know, blah, blah. It's like, dude, like just shut the fuck up and like accept it, right? Like you didn't have to. It's like there's ways that you could have told him to shut the fuck up without instigating it and making it worse. And this guy was just being nice, right? Like he was protecting you. Like that guy definitely could have beat all of our asses.
Yeah, I'm a very non-combative person. I don't like confrontation.
No, but that's the
I
thing.
don't
I
like
feel like I
conflict.
always say I'm like I would like set up, but when you're in that situation, my flight or fright goes really 100% one way or the other.
Oh yeah.
I've literally had like things where I'm so afraid, like I'm just by myself and I can't speak. I'm just so scared.
I think it helps to have like a resting bitch face. Like most of the time,
That's the problem. I don't have a resting bitch face.
you kind of just have a resting derp face.
That one.
Yeah, that one.
Just looks like a puppy. Like,
Yeah.
can I pet you? No, please don't touch me. So puppy. Yep.
Yeah. It just kind of sucks because I still feel like the vast majority don't feel like this is normal behavior at all. But I mean, it happens so often and like you've had so many stories that like
You
I'm kind of
can't
starting
ignore.
to see.
Right?
You can't ignore it, but I'm starting to see like it's definitely more widespread than I thought.
That's
but
because you're a dude. You don't experience it.
I don't experience it, but like at the same time, I walk around so much, and like I'm also like on the subway a lot, and like I don't see these things happening. So,
Check your priv.
well, check my priv, but also like it's hard to really kind of internalize something unless you see it happen. And I think and that's the case for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, there's no way this is like widespread,
Mm-hmm.
because like first of all this behavior is not tolerable, but second of all because I haven't seen it happen to another person, or I haven't like went through it myself, so it makes it exceedingly difficult. And that's, I guess, part of the problem, like having it out in the open and being exposed.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been leered at publicly on the bus.
Publicly on the bus.
Men think we don't know and we don't see. Like, come on, I'm not fucking blind.
That's really hard to imagine.
I've seen guys like stare down my shirt multiple times.
Oh really? I've made uncomfortable eye contact with another dude before. Actually, a lot of times. It always happens when I'm on the subway.
Yep.
And then we kind of just like both look to the side, and then like eventually
Earlier today.
and then like, oh yeah, earlier today I was standing in front of this guy who was like,
I know you totally put your arm in and held the bar, but he was really like, and you were like,
Yeah, it was very uncomfortable because we were really, really close to each other.
Yeah, and he was like, bro, it's okay.
Our faces were like so close to each other. I'm like, oh man, this is awkward. Like,
I don't want to breathe your air.
I don't want to breathe on you, and I know you don't want to breathe on me, and like
we gotta breathe sometimes.
like, and like we're so close to each other, and like, oh, my arm is close to your neck, and it's like super awkward. Yeah, I've had a lot of uncomfortable instances like that. Yeah, man, yeah, I don't know. I just don't really have much to say on this.
Oh, that's fair. I guess, like, if you see a woman who's being uncomfortable, there's also things you can do to, like, block it.
There are also, like, I think there was this one time where there was this woman, and then, like, I don't know what I did, but then she was, like, offended that I stepped in.
Why? What'd you do?
I stepped in between her and, like, this guy who was making everybody uncomfortable. And then I think, like,
Maybe
I got
she just
treated-
thought... I think she was just scared in the situation. And then when
I was
we
just
got
like,
closer,
okay.
She just felt
Okay.
scared.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because it's hard to gauge whether or not someone even wants your help in the first place.
That's true.
Yeah. That's why, like, the bystander effect happens, right?
True. Okay, well, you guys let us know what you think in the comments below.
And definitely let us know your thoughts because we would love to hear them, especially Tiff.
Yeah, email us.
TVguidetoadulting.com
At gmail.com.
at gmail.com.
Bye, guys.